So I'm back again. Nose is almost clear. And I switched my pipe since the other one is already done. Now smoking my Lord 51. Same blend as before, the black vanilla. So let me light my pipe using my trusty Zippo lighter. I don't know if I can hear the music in the background, but I'm still playing Kiss. I was watching YouTube videos just a while ago, but then I decided to switch to some classic rock, hard rock metal music. So for now it's Kiss. I'm using Fubar 2000 on my PC as my music player. Didn't want to start the vinyl record player back there, even though I have some records, but it's more convenient when I'm working on the PC and cleaning my pipes here. Then I just use my PC for music and my horn speakers on both sides, since they have a pretty good quality. So where did we left off? I was talking about pipes, and I think I haven't showed you the last thing I got. It was a goodie she just threw in because she didn't need it, and the two smaller pipes were resting on it, so that might give you a hint. That thing is pretty damn funny, in my opinion. Da-da-da. It's a horse head pipe stand. It looks pretty nice in my opinion. Can fit the pipes pretty well as well, at least the smaller ones. Bigger ones, not really, since the resting area is pretty small. But I think it looks nice, and it's a nice add-on, since I usually use these as pipe rests. I made them from packaging material, since I had so much lying around and I needed a pipe rest. I just made one. Instead of leather, I used this paper, folded it up a few times and put a wire through to hold it together, and I must say it does a nice job. So had no problems with it up till now, but this one looks a little bit better. Can hold two pipes and no damage. I'm kind of surprised, to be honest. I expected some chipping on the sides or something like that, but nope, nothing at all. To hold the schnapps, I'm using a Jägermeister shot glass. While I turn off the camera, I grabbed the bottle to show you what I'm using. I'm using a Williams beer schnapps. It's a pure schnapps. Bought the bottle with 35%. Not high percentage alcohol, but it does the job just fine. If you're curious, it's a fossil mechanical watch, so completely mechanical. You can see the movement on the outside as well as on the other underside where my wrist is. I prefer that style of watch. I think that should be it, but like I said, I'm looking forward to trying out the Peterson, the small Peterson system pipe, after I've cleaned it up. I'm not so fond of the big fill on the underside, but there's nothing I can do about that. At least everything else looks pretty nice. And definitely of the stem. The stem needs some real cleaning. Some tooth marks on top. A little bit of dirt on the underside. But nothing too serious. There's no hole in it, or it's not cracked or anything like that, so should be easy to clean. I thought about live streaming, but since most of my viewers are American or UK, Canada, the time difference is pretty big, so if I start streaming now, a few hours back, it's pretty early in the morning for you guys. It's close, it's somewhere around a little bit before 2 p.m. here. So if I'm doing some live streams, they will be somewhere around midnight, like Simon does. They are 1 hour behind us. So midnight for me is 11 p.m. for Simon, and AustrianPiper UK and all the others in Britain. And for the US people, afternoon. Don't know, I don't have the exact times in my head right now. But I think it's somewhere around a 6-hour difference. So usually when you guys start streaming in the evening, it's, depending on the view of someone, pretty early in the morning or pretty late at night. It's pretty late at night for me, somewhere around 2 a.m. most of the time. Makes it difficult to join, but I'm a night owl, so I don't really mind. I'm going to continue cleaning up the first Meerschaum. This big fella here. Might as well use the new pipe rest. I've never smoked a real Meerschaum before, and I hope it's a real Meerschaum. There's a difference, and that's something that threw me off a little bit when I first got it. There are no markings on the pipe, except Vienna Meerschaum, and that got me thinking a little bit. I just learned it recently from my pipe book. There's block Meerschaum, which is the usual Meerschaum you guys smoke, and I think it was actually called Vienna Meerschaum, but there are different types of Vienna Meerschaum. There's Vienna block Meerschaum, which is labeled Vienna Meerschaum, and Vienna Meerschaum. Sounds really confusing, but the fake Meerschaum is more of a composite. It's made out of Meerschaum pieces, dust or something like that, mixed together and dried out, and then the usual work gets done to make it a pipe. But at first it's pretty difficult to spot. I don't know about this pipe. Time will show what it is. You can see it in the way it colors up. A block Meerschaum colors up really nicely. Gets a nice patina all around from smoking it. From the fluid it absorbs. And the fake Vienna Meerschaum, I'm just calling it fake because if you think about Meerschaum, you think about block Meerschaum with a nice carving on it, or in a classic shape like this one. The fake doesn't really color up all that well, or not the way it should, and it doesn't smoke as well as the block Meerschaum. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just try looking it up. There are different types of Meerschaum. But my guess is this might be a block Meerschaum, since the coloring on the rim, it starts to color nice and even. At least the color is somewhat decent. Similar to my block Meerschaum lined pipe I already have from Lord. But like I said, we will see. I don't know if I'm going to clean out the bowl. I don't have anything to shoot, forgot the word. To not carve, but ream. To ream out the bowl. I'm carefully using a knife all the time to scrape it out. It does a decent job, but it's nothing compared to a professional reamer. So I might think about getting the senior reamer to help me restore my pipes and to clean them on a regular basis, the way they should be cleaned. All the time I pass the pipe cleaner through a stem and everything and put it together, clean out the bowl after I smoke. So I don't have much of a cake buildup at all in any of my pipes. But it would be nice when I get new pipes to just ream them out. Luckily I had to do it on these pipes, since there isn't a cake buildup, or just barely any. The problem is with the Meerschaum, you can't use the salt and alcohol method, so reaming it is the only option. Well, you would have to ream it with the salt and alcohol method as well, but you get what I'm saying. So I'm going to continue cleaning up my pipe. Can't really talk with my pipe in the mouth. So, dipping the pipe cleaner, I'm using these nice Bristol pipe cleaners and passing it through the stem quite often. The problem I find with this type of stem, with the metal part on the bottom, or as a tenon, the metal part, it gets pretty difficult to pass a pipe cleaner through it. It gets stuck, like right now, and I have to use quite a lot of force to push it through and pull it out. So I'm just cleaning the top part of the stem until I hit the tenon, and then I clean the tenon separately. I found it to be the easiest way.